mainstay of our economy, and wish to assure them that these reforms will protect the interests of the cocoa farmer and the cocoa.
Meanwhile, the Concerned Cocoa Farmers Association of Ghana have lauded government's move to address the cocoa crisis across the country. This follows plans to immediately settle all outstanding debts owed them. Speaking on News Tonight, President of the Concerned Cocoa Farmers Association of Ghana, Nana Obuadie Boateng, lauded the decision to avert the cocoa crisis.
But with the current, what we say is we are happy that at the end of the day, the price that was there for some years back is still there, and then they are going to pay the farmers with the same price that with the cocoa that Cocoa Board has received. But with the current price that has come, I think it is too early for the concerned farmers to make any statement on that, because we want to move with all the farmer-based organization and then also interact with our farmers for we to come up with a conclusion before maybe Monday, early Monday or Tuesday, we'll come out with a press conference to address the issue. Well, I think it is the right position because 80 years now that Cocoa Board came into an existence, and at the end of the day, borrowing is not something that is going to help us. So bringing back the people, the press conference to address the issue. Well, I think the press conference to address the issue. Well, I think it is the right position.
Well, let's engage Deputy Executive of the National Agricultural Workers Union, Dr. Pascal Ajongba Kaba, into this matter. Doc, thank you so much for making time to into this matter. Doc, thank you so much for making time to join us this afternoon. So,
each of you is better than not to get it. For some almost a year now, some farmers have not had any money, even though they got their products bought. So if they are getting something, but it's too early. Unfortunately, no roadmap have been provided yet, and that is why I did indicate. I was talking to another, and I was.
How does that make farmers feel now? How does that make farmers feel now that yes, the announcement has been made, but they are not sure how that payment is going to be done? How does that make them feel?
At least when you hear something in terms of the bigger picture was the fact that nothing was being paid and nothing was being heard. At least one step has been taken, which is the fact that payment will be made. So at least one step has been taken. Who would then push further government in terms of getting to know when the payments will begin and then how the payments will be done. So it is now on us to push government in terms of the Cocoa Board as well as the ministry to see for them to come up with a certain roadmap in terms of how this is going to be done. But we commend government at least for listening to the plight of the farmers and coming out of the initiatives in terms of addressing the challenge.
Now, finally on this matter, and I'm asking this question on the back of the fact that we are hearing from the minority in parliament who say they want the CEO of Cocoa Board to go. Some say what we are facing currently is managerial, some say it's political. From the GHOne perspective, why are we where we are?
Yes, if you listen to an interview that was mentioned that have been done by government in terms of addressing the challenges. Mentioned that have been done by government in terms of addressing the challenges. And so in itself, I think that the CEO rather should be commended because he brought a lot of things to the fore of Ghanaians, and Ghanaians got to do the picture. These were a lot of things that were hidden from the general public. So it is early days from the general public. So it is early days for us to say because these things came into the picture, then the CEO has to go to administrative positions instead of picking people who have to really service farmers. And most of these people are senior level people, and they are done because a certain political party comes into office and thinks that the good paying place, which is Cocoa Board, I should send my people over there to work over there. We are looking at what those.
Doc, thank you so much for your time. That's Dr. Kaba. Doc, thank you so much for your time. That's Dr. Kaba. He is Deputy Executive Secretary for GHOne. Now, still on this matter, like I said earlier, the minority is demanding the immediate dismissal of the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Cocoa Board, Dr. Randy Abe.
70% on spot. That is why today, as prices have dipped, they are struggling and are saying that the price they had announced going into the cocoa production. If they won't sell their cocoa farms to Galamsey operators, God knows what they will do. All of this has come about because of the reset that cocoa
move in the market.
Shades of red and white now dominate shops and pavements across Sunyane as Valentine's Day preparations reach their peak. Weeks of planning have culminated in a festive display of hampers, chocolates, flowers, and personalized gift packages, all carefully arranged to catch the eye of passerby. Retailers say patronage this year has been encouraging, with customers shopping not only for romantic partners, but also for friends and family. Traders are especially upbeat, noting that affordability and creativity are driving sales.
You buy, you showcase here, but any be a mupasi, be a mare, and then so you have so a market, no, a boko, a crana, or muguso musi in Marco, but then say, I could see weekends in it, dear. A drew done it, dear, a dagianum, see weekends in it, dear. A drew done it, dear, a dagianum, say free or chinan and a dear, dear, child of four, so I'm run over her, be our as February. As February 14 draws closer, the mood in Sunyane remains lively and hopeful. For traders, the season of love is more than celebration. It's a welcome boost to local commerce as affection translates into economic activity across the municipality.
Well, let's bring you sports now.
The Business Brief was brought to you by CompuGhana. Passion for technology.
Well, in sports, Hansi Flick suffered his worst defeat since as Atletico Madrid delivered a dominant performance in the 2026 Copa del Rey semi-final, sealing a 4-0 result. Now, with qualification for the final now in serious jeopardy. In a packed Riyadh Air Metropolitano, Barcelona got off to a disastrous start after an own goal from Eric Garcia following a poor touch from goalkeeper GHOne Garcia in the 6th minute. Then Antoine Griezmann, Ademola Lookman and Julian Alvarez all added their names to the score sheet in a ferocious first half that left the Blaugrana facing a crushing deficit.
0 is a tough result, but it's not over. It's not over yet. So it's we will fight, and we need all of our supporters, all of our colleagues in the stadium, and we will fight. We will fight 90 minutes.
People have been killed and more than 12,000 others displaced after Cyclone Gizani slammed into Madagascar's second largest city earlier this week as Mozambique braced for the storm's arrival, updating it to Toamasina and surrounds. Images from the AFP news agency showed the battered city of 500,000 people littered with trees felled by strong winds and roofs blown off buildings. Residents dug through piles of debris, planks and corrugated metal to repair their makeshift homes. More than 18,000 homes were destroyed in the cyclone alone. Well, that's all in this package for the bulletin news from here on GHOne Television. There's more news for you at starfm.com.gh. I'm Joshua Kodjo Mensah. Enjoy your weekend.